So children, now we are into the third operator, that is the logical operator. And children, logical operator again is a Boolean operator. That means it is working on logical expressions or logical Boolean expression, and it is returning you a value true or false. And children, this logical operators are used to build complex decision making expressions or complex you can say logical expressions. That means if you have two or more than two conditions combined together, then you have to join them with logical operators. And children, we have three logical operators. First is the AND logical operator. AND logical operator, which we represent by this two ampersand sign. And then children, we have the OR logical operator. All logical operator, children, this we represent by two pipe symbol. And the third one is the NOT logical operator, that we represent by this explanation sign. So children, these are three logical operators, and children, these two are the binary operators. They work on two operands, whereas children, this third one is a unary operator. It works on only one value, one operand, and it is a unary operator. So children, first of all, we'll talk about the AND logical operator, and we say children, AND logical operator works or gives you an answer true when both the conditions are false. So children, if I say is 15 greater than 4, so the answer to this is yes. And if I put an AND sign over here, I put this in bracket, and if I say if 10 is greater than 20 is greater than 10, so you see children, that is this greater than, so the answer is true. Is 20 greater than this, the answer is true, and I am joining it with AND. So if both the conditions are true, the final result will be true. And children, if I say that if one condition is false, the other is true, or if this one is true, the other is false, the answer will be false. So children, this logical operator is defined in such a way that the output will be true when both the inputs will be true, and if any or all inputs are false, the output will be false. Say for example children, if I say I will get a second division marks if my marks are greater than 50 and my marks are less than 60. So these are two conditions. My marks should be greater than 50, first condition. The other is that my marks should be less than 60. Both these conditions are true. My net result will be true. So if the marks are greater than 50 and the marks are less than 60, that means this condition is true as well as this condition is true. The answer will be true. Now children, I am going to represent these conditions with the help of truth table. Now truth table means children to see all possible values of output for all possible values of inputs. This I say like this. Say children, if I have an example, say if I come to your house and I ask you for tea and biscuit. So I am asking you for tea and I am asking you for biscuits. So tea and biscuit. So we will see what will be the output of this. So children, I am going to draw it in a tabular form. A tabular form means a table arrangement where I am going to show you all the possible values of output for all the possible values of inputs. Children, these are the inputs. Say now what are the possible values of output? That we have two conditions, so it comes by the 2 raised to the power of n. N is the number of conditions. So here the number of condition is 2. So 2 raised to the power of 2 is 4. So I can get 4 possible different answers. So first is I am writing here false, true, false, true. So children, what I have done over here is I have started with false, true, false, true. Just I have written it one after the other. In place of false, I can write 0, 1, 0, 1 also. And in the second case, children, I am repeating false twice. False, false, and true, true. This is the way to represent. Now children, the first condition is when I come to your house and I ask you for tea and biscuit, you say, sir, I don't have tea and I don't have biscuit. and I have asked you for both these things, so you will say that the answer will be false because you are neither providing with tea nor biscuit. The second is why you are saying that sir we don't have tea. False means don't have tea, and true means sir you have biscuit. So you are saying sir I don't have tea but I have biscuit. Again I want two, so the answer will be false. In the third example you are saying sir I have tea but I don't have biscuit. Then also the answer will be false. And in the fourth case you are saying sir I have tea and biscuit, so the answer will be true. Now according to this output, this is called as truth table. Truth table means we are showing all possible values of outputs for all the possible values of input. And children, if you see in this, you can define now the logical AND operator. We say the logical AND operator gives the output true when all the inputs are true, and it gives you the answer false if all the inputs or if any input is false. So this is the definition of the logical AND operator. And children, we are going to use this operator when we are going to join two or more than two relational conditions, relational operators together. So we are going to join it with either AND or, and NOT can also be used. So children, this is regarding the AND logical AND operator. Now children, we will be discussing about OR operator. Logical OR operator, that is the second logical operator. So B is OR operator or logical operator, and this I am representing by a pipe sign. So children, here I am giving you an example and we'll discuss here. If I come to your house, now I am saying that I want tea or coffee. So the input is tea or coffee, and the output is I am saying tea or coffee. So children, I am going to draw it in a form of a table as I am telling you, because in the form of this table children will be able to define all its outputs. So we'll be defining all its output as I have given you. It is false, true, false, true. So we'll complete this table. Here I am saying false, false, true, true. Now children, OR means I am discussing, I come to your house, I say give me tea or coffee. OR means either of them. So you say sir we don't have tea, neither coffee, so the output will be false. Now you say sir we don't have tea but we have coffee, I will tell you to give me coffee. So the answer will be true. In the next case you say that sir we don't have tea but we have coffee. So the answer will be true. And in the fourth case you both have tea and coffee, I can ask you to give me any one of them. So children, if we come to the definition of logical OR 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 operator, it says that the output will be false only when all the inputs will be false, and the output will be true if any input is true or both the inputs are true. So logical OR operator defines that the output is false when all the conditions are false. If any or all the conditions are true, the answer will be true. So children, this is how. So we are going to use it in conditions where we have to check whether all these conditions are true or not. Say for example, to check vowels, I have to put a OR sign. I have to say I have stored a vowel, I have stored a character in CH. Now I have to check whether CH is equal to A or CH is equal to E or CH. So here we are going to check it with the OR operator. Now children, the last logical operator is the NOT operator, which is the third logical operator, NOT logical operator. And this we put it by a. Now children, NOT operator means that it reverses the output, the input. So NOT operator is, say children, if we have any operator, say A, and not A will write like this. So if we form a table of it, since it has one input, so it will have 2 raised to the power of 1, two possible output, that is false and true. So if the input is false, the output will be true if it is not A. And if it is true, the output will be false. It is just reversing the input. So logical operator is also called as inverter operator, and it is used for a binary operator. So children, if I say 15 is greater than 4, so children, the answer to it will be true. But if I put a not sign over here, then its answer will be false. Is it clear? So on false, if you put a not sign, it becomes true, and in true, if you put a not sign, it becomes false. So it is just reversing the input. So and, or, and not, these comes under the category of logical operator. Now children, we come to the fourth operator, that is the assignment operator. And children, this is very important operator in expressions. And one more thing children, I want to tell you, the order of operation of logical operator is first is not operator, then and then or. These are the ways to do these. Or children, will see this in the later cases. Now we come to the assignment operator. Assignment operator children is this equal to sign. That means if I say x is equal to 10, this is an assignment operator I am using. It is also a binary operator because I am using two operands over here. So children, this operator assigns a value to a variable. So we say an assignment operator assigns a value. Value, as I have told you before, it can be a constant, it can be a variable, and it can even be an expression. So, or I can write it like this. So an assignment statement is assigning a value to a variable. So it is holding the last order of precedence. So this operator works when all the expression is evaluated. So children, this is the assignment operator. Then we come to the next operator, and that is the shorthand assignments, or the Java shorthand. That is the fifth operator, shorthand assignment operator. And children, these operators are plus equals to, minus equals to, multiplication equals to, division equals to, modulus. Now children, if we talk about this, it is holding two operators together. It is a combination of two operators. So children, if I write x is equal to x plus 5, with the help of this operator, I can write like this, x plus equals to 5. So children, Java shorthand means that if you are writing an expression like this in a simple way, or with the help of Java shorthand, the expression becomes a little short. In the same way children, if it is x is equal to x minus 5, we can write it like x minus is equal to 5. Both these expressions are going to do the same task. It is going to subtract 5 from x, and whatever value comes will be stored in this. So it is doing two tasks, arithmetical task as well as assignment task. So if I say x multiplication, x is equal to x multiplied by 5, the same thing can be written as x is equal to x into 5. So x is equal to x divided by 5, I can write it in this way. It is going to do the same task. S is equal to x modulus 5. So the same thing I can write like this, x modulus 5. So children, these are Java shorthand assignments. These are also holding the last priority because it is holding an assignment operator with it. So it is evaluated at the end. The order of precedence of all these operators we'll discuss in the next topic. Now children, in my next video, I am going to discuss about this increment and decrement operator. This is very important, and many questions are asked in the increment decrement operator. So thank you for today. And today we have done part of the operators. Only two operators will be discussed now in the next video. And thank you very much.